Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a new Legend of Mushroom video. Today we got a sneak peek for the update coming on July the 30th, so really damn soon. So we're gonna be checking out everything that's gonna be new in this event, or rather this update, which also comes together with some events, right? As always, right? So let's dive into the news. As per usual, here we have the calendar, and as you can see, of course, on the 30th of this month, we have scheduled an update, and we also had a merge happening today, which I do not think we have any info about it just yet, right? So let's dive head on onto the new update over here, right? So there's a new event coming on the 8th, rather the 2nd of August, which we don't really have a calendar yet for, so we can expect here for this to be a new gacha, as we haven't had one this weekend. And of course, every 2 weekends, right, every 2 weeks, we're gonna be having a new gacha coming around, right? So this time around, let's just read through it real quick. Ride on an origami crane into the folding universe and weave a tale of starlight. Now, I just read the starlight thing right here, and I immediately thought about the Starlight event, which we currently still have going on. Actually, no, it's gone, right? It's gone. So we had the Starlight event going on here at the end of the month, as per usual, with every single end of month freeze. Download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide right now and enjoy bonuses of up to 35%. As you accumulate these bonuses, you'll be able to use them to buy things for you instead of actually using your real money like we are showing right here. All you need to do is go to Google and search for Aptoide, click on the first link that appears and download it. As you download Aptoide, it will install in your device. Once it is installed, go ahead and search for it in your device, and then within it, go ahead and search for Legend of Mushroom. Go ahead and click on Legend of Mushroom within Aptoide and download it and install it in your device. Then head on over to Google Play and search for Appcoins wallet and download it and open it up. Here in the Aptoide wallet, you will be able to see your current balance, as well as input my promo code Midway1, which will get you an extra 5% bonus whenever buying anything in Legend of Mushroom. There is a guide down in the description, and the code is also down here on the screen as well as in the description, so go ahead and get it now and start earning more value for your money. Calendar these days, right? So it is not to be confused with the Starlight Award event. That is just a little bit of a catchphrase. Anyways, that is going to be the new gacha event, and the theme is going to be a folding universe. I don't know if that's something we can go by. Then we have another event scheduled up after that, which is going to be starting just as the previous one starts, right? Or rather ends. So here we go, the 8th of August, the gacha, which I'm predicting is going to be the gacha, is going to be ending, and then we have the Starfleet Rescue starting up. And let me just put this here on the sideline as we are doing some other stuff. That is a not very good weapon. Anyways, a lot of you have been saying that I am not doing too well in the campaign, and guys, you are right. I am pretty much slacking on progressing through the campaign. I know I have a slow build for me being an archer to try and get rid of all the minions in between the waves and stuff like that. I just really haven't been putting the effort I should have, right? And I'm also not switching builds. I'm running a dungeon clearing build at the moment, and that is why I'm failing a lot of these stages. I am definitely powerful enough to clear a lot of this, maybe not as powerful as I could be. Anyways, little side note over there. Let's keep on going here. We have some optimizations going on. As you can see, this update isn't really anything big. Let's real quick just check this out, excuse me. Starfleet Rescue, this is going to be starting just as I said before, as the previous gacha is ending, and it reads the following. Move elements on the screen and line up 3 identical ones to clear them. So this is just going to be your Candy Crush. We had many of these. I actually like this one. Complete lines on fixed tiles to remove ice cubes and clear them all in limited steps to win the challenge. So it's just a basically Legend of Mushroom version of Candy Crush. It's quite cool. You do get some rewards as well. The fewer steps used, the higher your star level and the better the rewards you get, right? So now just a little bit of a mini game. I'm happy this one's around. I always like doing them. In any case, that's pretty much all there is in the radar for until halfway through August. Of course, we are on holidays and stuff, and people are probably not going to be playing as much, or maybe more. Anyways, let's keep on going. Optimizations, Family Brawl. What's going to be happening over here? Optimize the Family Brawl description. Now you can only earn points 20 times from defeating players. I think we already had something like this happen a long time ago when, well, some whales were just dominating the entire thing. You couldn't kill them, so they were one-shotting the entire Family Brawl. So that's a new limit, okay? So now you have a 20-time limit. Otherwise, that is just the description, so maybe that's something that was already a thing and not in the description. In any case, nothing really changing there too much. Pantheon Trial. Identical artifacts, mounts, and back accessory skills cannot be equipped together in the Pantheon Trial. I didn't know you could have identical artifacts mounts, and like, I don't know if it's referring to like you cannot equip the ones you already have or something like that. Anyways, optimize the Pantheon Trials description. You earn a duplicator for each victory against the Olden Warbringer and lose 1 for every 3 losses. So yeah, a little bit of optimizations going on there. Nothing too crazy, but that might actually quite affect some of the way it works. I honestly can't quite remember. Anyways, battle mechanics. Optimize the evasion cap in PvP battles. Hold up, let me just pull these ones again up here. Now evasion in PvP battles is capped at 80. Okay, I guess some people were getting almost to the evasion cap, like over 100. And even then, of course, you do have an ignore evasion stat, right? So mine is like at 96.31. So if you were to be having, what is it, 196 evasion, 196% evasion, which I don't even know if it's possible, then I would not be able to hit you once. So maybe that's kind of what they are addressing here. I mean, I'm guessing some people have just been coming up with insanely crazy builds. It's been a long time since this game came out, so if you are a Giga Whale, I am sure you can pull out some builds that are insane. Now being capped at 80, I don't know if it was capped at 90 before or something like that, but anyways, it is a little bit of a nerf if you had an OP build like that. Let me know if you know something like that is happening in the game, by the way. Now optimize the trigger mechanics of the Warbringer's 4th passive. Now it triggers by being hit by basic attacks when immune to damage, or when allied summons are hit by basic attacks. I do not know how this worked before, right? I have no clue. In any case, so it's a little bit of potentially a nerf. I mean, we could go ahead and real quick check it out. The 4th passive on the Warbringer, right? So let's quickly go to the Awakening class. Actually, no, it's just over here on the class section, and then go to the Evolution preview and check out the Warbringer. As you can see, this is extremely slow. It is just a little bit of the of an annoyance of playing on an emulator on PC. Anyways, the 4th passive, which reads right now, deal 20% of current AoE counter damage, can be crit when hit by basic attacks or combos. So it does say, now it triggers by being hit by basic attacks when immune to damage. So even when you are immune to damage, it also works, or when allied summons are hit by basic attacks. So it also works on your allies, so your Clone Strike, and also when you are immune to damage. So it's just getting a buff, basically. That's what I'm understanding. And next up, Parking Wars added a new parking decoration, Paper Fox, to the Parking Wars shop. So let's see what the effect of that one is. It's not in the game just yet, so I cannot show you, but it might be OP. You know, Parking Wars decorations are actually pretty important. It makes it so that when people are finding a parking slot to just put their stuff in, well, those bonuses are going to be higher or lower, of course, right? So you do want to be having yourself a pretty decent build, so this is like as maxed out as possible. That new decoration could be an interesting one in that regard, or maybe it's just whatever extra stats, right? So of course, if you have decently leveled up decorations, you can also get some nice bonuses out of that, right? So buying everything that there is down here, so you maxed it out, is also a very viable option to get just a lot stronger. So that's something else to be buying now if you were already pretty much capped out, which is honestly insane if you're capped out over here. And finally, we do have some bug fixes, which they read, fixed an issue where artifact skins wouldn't be displayed on the attribute comparison page. Artifact skins wouldn't be, okay, so it just wouldn't add up properly. Okay, I guess that is interesting if you were comparing yourself to somebody else, and you had, when they refer to skins, I am really thinking they, of course, mean the morphs, so it's like pay-to-win artifacts, or I guess this one is not pay to win anyways, but yeah, they are referring to that. So that is a quite impactful change, I guess, if you're really trying to compare yourself to some other players in game. And then fix an issue where skills against front row enemies would sometimes deal damage to the back rows in Cloud Ascension when front row characters were still alive. So that is really specific, I guess. Because I think the Cloud Ascension trial is quite whatever. If you have somebody who can carry you through it, this is literally like, you don't even really care much about the Cloud Ascension, because somebody else can just like one-shot everything for you. That is usually what I do, by the way, because I do have the luckiness of some people allowing me to help myself through using their characters as companions. Anyways, that's just a little bit of a fix. I guess it's now going to be a little bit harder, because that's sort of like a nerf. In any case, very specific, it's kind of like a bug, so that is pretty much it. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much all the changes there is in Legend of Mushroom coming for the forthcoming, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. We still yet have to see the calendar, excuse me, for August, so once that is around, we'll be checking out all the events, and in particular this gacha that's coming at the end of this week, so we'll have more information on that. Follow the channel and like the video if you're interested in more Legend of Mushroom content, especially news and build guides for archers. In any case, I'll be seeing you on the next video. Check it out, Aptoide, and that's it. Bye bye. See you, everybody.